This is the Cafe Racer Podcast, episode 100 for December 21st, 2016. I'm Crash.
And I'm Jess.
And once again, we have no music because I have no little cable to make music happen. And this is the 100th episode. That's kind of cool.
Yay! I think it's really cool
It
that you
seems
haven't
like
quit.
it seems kind of crazy to me that it's taken 5 years to get to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
And this may be a special 2-part episode. I don't know. Steve and I might record again tomorrow and then just smash it into one episode. That's the goal anyway. So,
yeah, we can have a 100th episode without Steve.
Yeah, that'd be kind of weird. So, you have done some stuff lately.
I've done some things.
Yeah, like the last time we talked, you had just gotten your license done.
That day before. Yes. So test done, passed, license in hand.
Yeah.
And I finally got the hard one with the picture and it all official. I don't have to carry around the piece of paper anymore.
Right.
But since then, I've actually gotten my carburetors completely together and cleaned.
Yeah.
At Cerberus with Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And Jen. Jen was a big part of it too. That was really fun, and I learned a lot.
Good.
A lot about.
You probably know more about
carbs
than I do.
Also learned that the gaskets are bad, so I had to order new gaskets.
Yeah, didn't you just do that?
I did that today.
Yeah, so it's like the first parts you've ordered for your motorcycle, and so yeah, it's actually like coming along, like things are happening.
Things are actually happening, and it's really, really exciting, and I had no idea how excited I would be on a purchase of little rubber gaskets.
Well, I'm really happy that you've done that. Like I was telling, I think I told you and I told Steve, like I was talking to Steve on the phone, that I was like really glad that you didn't just say like screw this and give up. Like it totally would be understandable. Yeah.
I
don't blame you.
Like to.
I pretty much did that with a motorcycle. That I was just like, I give up. I'm done. It's been too much work. I can't deal with this anymore. And so I just was like, screw it, and I sold the bike. So
I think this is teaching me how to be a more patient person, because you and I both are not patient, and I want everything right now, and I want it yesterday too.
Yeah, like you and I were like, we were talking about the possibility of me getting another bike, and you were like, no, you can't have a second running motorcycle if I don't have one.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that seems sort of weird. Like,
it is very weird, and like possessive, controlling freak. Like,
yeah, not to mention, like, you have access to a running motorcycle.
I do, and I actually turned it on today and rode it.
Yeah, I was on the phone when you started it.
Today was the first day I took Chris's bike out around the parking lot. Hooray! Yay. I was deathly scared of how heavy it was. Took a lot of courage for me to like get out of the garage.
Yeah, you seemed like you were having some trouble. Like you called me, and then I think you and I spent like 10 or 15 minutes on the phone. I'm like, so what are you doing? You're like, the same thing I was doing when I called you. I was like, you mean sitting on the bike in the garage,
sitting,
deciding whether or not you're going to leave the garage?
It's just such a big difference from what I rode during my safety class and course, and this tiny 250 like cruiser. My feet are in front of me. It's not sports bike at all. Totally relaxed and tiny, and I get put my whole foot on the ground, both feet.
Yeah, and then
the weight, yours is.
Yeah, the weight is probably not that much different, but the center of gravity is probably way different.
Way, way, way different. Like having my feet behind me, or I don't know, I guess with me? Are they
Kind of
behind
like
me?
directly under your butt.
Yeah. Yeah, as opposed to what was the thing I was on? A little star.
Oh, the little, I don't know what
I don't
cruiser you were on
know.
exactly, but if it was a, it was a little 250 cruiser, so your feet were out in front or maybe like close to directly below your knee.
No, they were out in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah. So your bike was way different, and
Yeah.
I want to go ride it more so that I can be comfortable on the street with traffic.
Well, did you have fun at least?
Yeah, after I got over the initial like scare of it all,
Mm-hmm.
I psyched myself out.
Well, I think that, having that bike there, especially while you're trying to get the Suzuki running, like it'll give you a chance to get out and ride something and remember why you're trying to get the Suzuki running.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, because it is fun. I know that I want to do it.
And the
And that
riding
I wanna get
position, go ahead.
No, go you go.
I was just going to say the riding position on the Suzuki is going to be kind of halfway between the Cruiser and my bike.
That'll be nice. I'm excited about my bike, and I'm excited about it being scratched up and not caring, because I was also really scared to drop your bike. Like, I didn't
Sure.
want to do that. I didn't want to go mess it up, even though you say it's okay.
Yeah, I get it. Like, I mean, it has crash bars and super cheap bar end mirrors that I don't care if they get destroyed. But I still get it. Like, I don't want to drop my bike either. I don't want to drop your bike. If I
It's
borrow
gonna be so much fun to drop my bike, though.
if I borrow Greg's bike anytime, like I don't want to drop it either. Like,
Yeah, but you're not married to him.
no. No. And his feelings are not that important.
Nope.
I might actually borrow his bike like over the next couple of days, like one of the next day or two. Like he said he'd give me the other key to it and then I could just
Oh,
whenever.
that's
Because
nice.
I might like take it to ride over because for those of you that are just tuning in, I'm in Pensacola, Florida, and I'm actually house sitting for somebody while they're out of town, and so I might take his bike over to Mike's house to like check the mail and do that sort of stuff, and then just ride his bike back. Just because I've always wanted a KLR 650 or something like it, and it would be a great chance to like ride one and be like, oh, this thing's kind of cool, or
Yeah.
wow, I really don't want one of these. To kind of like help me fine tune what I
Oh, that's
actually want.
super nice of him. Did he tell you that today?
Yeah. Well, I think it was after we ran
Okay.
when we were both being old men complaining of sore joints. Yeah, so you rode my bike, you got you have your license, you got your carbs together. You started ordering parts. Like that's pretty exciting. That's a lot that's happened in the last couple of days.
That is kind of a lot.
Yeah, I mean, you were out
Yeah.
here for a week
Pretty proud.
and then you went back and started ordering stuff and rode my motorcycle.
Mm-hmm. Things
fun.
happen when the kids are gone. Yeah.
It was funny when you called and we were talking about you starting the bike or whatever, and I was like, well, why don't you just start it now while I'm on the phone in case it doesn't start? Because my battery, I don't know, I've probably killed that battery 4 or 5 times in the last year.
And then my dad wrote it and it wouldn't start.
Yeah, he couldn't get it to start when he wrote it, which doesn't really surprise me. Like that battery is kind of on the way out, so it'll definitely need to get replaced. I'm not 100% faithful in the charging system on that bike at the moment either. Or I don't have 100% faith in the charging system. I'd have to like do some more troubleshooting, but I don't think the charging system is bad, but it might be not putting out quite what it should. But anyway, so you started it, and there's this like immediate like you had me on speakerphone, so there's this like immediate loud noise and the bike running everything, and you're like, hey, it started. Like, oh really? Thanks. I never would have known that.
I had to take the opportunity to point out something obvious.
I'm kind of, I feel weird, like, because the bike is old enough that it's got a few little idiosyncrasies. And so I felt sort of strange, like having to tell you, like, oh, yeah, if this happens, and like if it doesn't start, it might not be the battery, it might be the clutch switch because I haven't replaced it and I probably never will unless it actually stops working altogether. And honestly, if the clutch switch stopped working altogether, I'd probably like cut the wires and then just like twist them together. So it always the electrical part always thinks the clutch is in.
Huh. That's an idea.
Yeah. Because I don't care. I don't need a thing to make me pull the clutch in to start the bike.
Yeah.
It's kind of like my truck. How there's that button to disengage the clutch start.
Mm-hmm.
I really like that actually. Like it was surprisingly non-violent starting the bike or starting the truck in first gear. When you and I were sitting in the parking lot just to see how it
That's
felt.
right. Yeah. Didn't we do it when we were off-roading one
Yeah, like we were
time?
driving around that little like dirt area over by where you used to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured, even though there's a chance that those of you listening won't hear this before Christmas, maybe maybe you got some gift cards or whatever, and are trying to think of what to spend Christmas money on or something. What do you have anything that you would want motorcycle related for Christmas?
Are you asking the listeners that?
No, I'm asking you.
Oh, well, the listeners should be answering this question too. They need to participate.
I don't think anybody's watching live, so it'd be tough.
No, nobody's watching. Okay, so I've got caller 9 on the phone.
Oh, do you?
Let's see. It has to be motorcycle related.
Mm-hmm.
There's so
this
many
is a motorcycle
things right now.
Podcast.
First instinctual answer is dresses, but we won't go with that.
Okay. Dresses, not motorcycle related.
Motorcycle related. Actually, I think that I want the next purchase that's kind of like exciting to me is a new seat cover so that I can shave down everything, shave down my seat.
Yeah.
And recover it because the cover needs to be replaced.
That thing's garbage.
Yeah, it's falling apart. But I want to take it off and I want to cut down the foam so that it's more narrow for me and I get my legs down a little further and then recover it. Like I'm excited about that. So if I get extra Christmas money, I will buy that.
That sounds like a good idea.
Even though we totally have the budget, like we set aside money for the bike. Maybe you get an extra fancy one.
You need, let's see, boots.
Oh yeah, boots. I want Dainese boots.
Yeah, I wore mine today.
I want a backpack too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
What would you get?
I'm trying to think, like motorcycle related stuff, like stuff to get me or any other motorcyclist. What do I need other than a new battery?
But what do you want?
I need a new battery. I kind of want new mirrors, honestly.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
like,
new mirrors would be nice.
I don't like, it's just a super nitpicky thing I don't like about my mirrors, and it's the way that there's a nut where the hinge is that I think looks ugly, and so I don't like them. But they were really cheap on eBay.
Yeah, really we got them for nothing.
Yeah, I think it was like $18 for a pair. And all the mirrors that I think look good are like $100 for one mirror.
Mm-hmm. Didn't
That's really
last Christmas, didn't I buy you blinkers?
You bought me turn signals.
Turn
Yeah.
signals for Christmas?
Yes, those are the ones that are currently on the bike.
I had to think for a second. Like last Christmas, I bought him motorcycle something.
You did. You bought me Rizoma turn signals that look very nice.
I did tell my parents that I wanted, and my sister that. Well, I sent them a link to a pair of Dainese gloves, motorcycle gloves.
Nice.
So I hope they buy them for me.
That would be cool. I think when your mom asked what I wanted, she got a link to a video game.
Yep.
It's not motorcycle related at all.
So I sent her a few things: a dress, go figure, and motorcycle gloves, and one more thing that I can't remember. So I don't know what I'm getting. We know what you're getting because she only got a link to video game.
You could get her a year's subscription to the Jelly of the Month Club.
I want that. What is that?
It's a reference to Christmas Vacation.
I don't know it. Yeah. Obviously.
It's the gift that keeps on giving.
I want to have a monthly food club thing. That'd be awesome.
That would
Butter.
be funny. Butter?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like it could all just be the same butter and you'd be happy.
I would be.
Just
it has to be real butter. I'd be really, really upset if they sent me margarine.
Yeah.
Or I can't believe it's not butter. Butter. Made with real ingredients.
Yeah. So as far as stuff, like I was looking around today and, a little bit, and Steve was even looking the other day when we were talking on the phone for like motorcycles in this area. Cause I figured, I'm on the East Coast and motorcycles are less expensive here. And so I thought maybe I'll be able to find something that I really like and that I really want to have here that I wouldn't feel bad about leaving out in the weather. But man, there are no bikes on Craigslist here. I mean, there are some, sure, but it's all crap. And if you're looking for anything specific, don't. Like, don't even waste your time. Like, I put in a bike that's always been on my short list of like maybe my next bike is the Suzuki DRZ 400, not the Supermoto one, the dual sport one that is on and off road. And no, there are none, just none for sale here. I was expecting, like in California, if you go look for one, they're like $5,500-ish brand new. And somebody will want $4,500 for a 15-year-old one. That's what I'm kind of used to, is people being way too proud of their DRZ. But out here, they just don't exist. It's like, what? The only ones that anybody's ever bought, they're just still riding them.
Yeah, they don't want to get rid of them.
Apparently.
I wonder if it's like kind of just a difference in how people live out there. We live in excess out here almost. San Diego and Californians are kind of like more. Everything's so expensive. Housing is expensive. So like an expensive bike is just part of the life out here.
Maybe. It's also like if you went to like an online like Cycle Trader type website, they'll show you how many listings are in each state. And California always has like more listings than the rest of the country combined.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Because more people ride motorcycles in California because the weather's nice all the time.
The weather,
lane split.
The traffic. Ugh.
Yeah, the traffic is awful, so there's more incentive to ride a bike. Yeah. But no, I'm in Pensacola, Florida, where the only people who own bikes are either riding them or letting them sit and refusing to sell them. So, oh well, life goes on. Trying to think if there's anything else we actually have to talk about. With this being like a planned, I'm going to say a planned two-parter. The second half is going to be me and Steve, and he's got some stuff to talk about, and that we actually have some stuff to give away that he has that I would love to talk about, but I don't know exactly what it is. There's some T-shirts in there. I know that. So we're going to give that stuff away, kind of like, hey, 100th episode, let's give some stuff away. So yeah, I don't.
We need T-shirts.
I know we do. We're getting there one of these days. They're not Cafe Racer podcast T-shirts to give away, just to be clear, because those don't exist at the moment.
I'm going to make some with puff paint.
Yeah, like glittery puff paint.
Glitter puff paint, white T-shirts.
After
One
you're
lucky
done,
winner.
After you're done, maybe you could like bedazzle a pair of jeans too.
That would be awesome. I'll get an extra small, like women's size, and we'll give it away.
Okay. I'm sure that
because
most of our listeners will be able to fit.
Yeah. And an extra small.
And then maybe you could like take a pair of jeans and cut slits up the side and sew in some funky fabric to make bell bottoms out of them.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to pull out the puff paint, we might as well like go full 90s, 2000s, like early 2000s.
It's really coming back.
It's disgusting.
It really is. It's so gross.
Stuff I see people wear. Oh.
Some of the grunge 90s look is okay. Done if it's executed well. But most of the time it's not. And I think that's like the grunge part of it. But meh.
Yeah.
I'll pass.
Anyway, in the odd event that this is not a two-part episode, you can find us on all the usual social media places. Just look for Cafe Racer Podcast. And thank you to everyone that supports us on Patreon. You pay for us to be here, pretty much. So yeah, get out and ride.